And we just had a good time, just like talking and just.
You were telling me some stuff that you were going through. I was kind of counseling you. Keep in mind, during the whole 2 year period, we chatted throughout the period.
Yeah, we communicated. We stayed in communication. You know, we stayed in communication. So. Amen. All right, who wants to start off?
I'm sorry. How y'all good people doing tonight? We are doing a mukbang. While we just kind of eat and chat a little bit. So I'm excited for our discussion. We have our food. We have a little salad, a little chicken, a little steak, and we can get into it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel, and press the little bell notification button so that you guys can know every time we post. We're gonna try to post, pretty often. So.
All right.
Yeah.
That's good.
All right. So we're gonna kind of grab in a little bit. We did pray.
Yes, we did. We gave thanks.
Yeah. So.
And this is I guess you would call it also a story time too, because we actually gonna talk about how we met.
Yeah.
And we're gonna go into that a little bit. And I think that we'll kind of stop each other and interject, especially on points of contention where we might not agree on the full story, but we can get cranked up. You know what I'm saying? How did we meet?
Okay, so we met in high school. I was a freshman. Mm-hmm. I was gonna say I was a senior.
Come on, I was gonna say objection.
I was a freshman and he was a senior. And so, the school starts in typical August, mid-August or whatnot down here in Louisiana. And I was on campus, freshman, nervous, everything like that. So I met a friend, probably like first, second week of school. And so we would sit by each other, her and I. And so one day I saw this guy pass by. Maybe it was the first week, maybe the second week, I can't remember. But anyways, whenever I saw him pass by, I was like, ooh, God. I like his green eyes. I did. And so my friend at the time, Shauna said, oh, I know him. We used to ride the bus together.
That's right.
And that's what she said. So I was like, okay. So then she kind of maybe said a few things about you just to kind of let me know. And then after that, the first few weeks of school, we started making our schedule. And I ended up taking an elective, a speech and debate elective, because, I was like, oh, that's going to be good to learn. I'm kind of shy, so I wanted to kind of get out of my shell. And so I said, I'm going to take a class like that so I can kind of learn how to do a little public speaking. And so, yeah.
All right. So I'm going to interject. So at this time, we in high school, Northside High, Vikings, go Vikings. Mm-hmm. And it's my senior year. Mm-hmm. And it's the year that's supposed to be, the funnest, the wildest, and everything else like that. And it's on. I'm pretty well known, at school or whatever like that. And so I'm walking by. I think it might have been during lunch or like a morning break or something. And I see this young lady. And when I saw her, I kind of smiled at her. And just really had thought that she was pretty. I liked the way she looked. And if I could be completely transparent, I like, the way she was shaped as well. You know what I'm saying? It was the white pants. It was the white pants for me. You know what I'm saying? And so I saw her. I didn't remember her from, previous classes or whatever like that, juniors, sophomores. And so
you didn't know I was a freshman at the time?
Well, I'm saying that I was assuming that you was a freshman because I knew all the juniors, I knew all the sophomores.
Okay.
And so I just said, well, that must be one of the new up and coming freshmen. So, we kind of smiled at each other and I just kept it moving. Lo and behold, I was taking a speech and debate class as well. At the time, I was speech and debate captain of the team at Northside. And I could have went home because I had enough credits. But my speech and debate coach, Miss Petrie,
That's crazy.
she said, look, come in, take the class. It's gonna be an easy A. You can even help me. You can be my assistant kind of in the class. And so I was like, all right, I'll do it. And so as it would happen, I walk in, it's my last hour, and the young lady that I saw, on campus, she was sitting in speech and debate class.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So, we get in class, and I'm like, I cannot believe this same guy is in the class. And so,
What did I sit, babe? What did I sit?
you sat in the back.
I know.
He wasn't even like a part of the class. And I kind of was like, why isn't he a part of the class? So like she had us facing each other, like the chair. So there was this middle aisle and like 2 rows, I think, on one side and 2 rows on the other side. And so both sides faced each other. I guess it was kind of like a speech thing. Her desk was in the back of the class. And so they had him and like 2 or 3 other seniors, kind of juniors, kind of like the speech and debate team. People, they sat to the back. They never really participated in any of the normal people stuff. But, and so anyway, so the weeks went by and we wouldn't talk. I think maybe a couple of weeks went by. And so, so then one of the speeches that Miss Petrie said that we needed to do, she said, okay, guys, I want you guys to do a demonstrative speech. And a demonstrative speech, you kind of got up on the little stage, because she had a little stage in the classroom on the opposite side of her desk. And you kind of did like a recipe and explained what you did. And so I ended up doing deviled eggs. That was my mama's favorite, so it was easy. And so she kind of showed me how to do it. So anyways, I made deviled eggs for the entire class. And I got up for the demonstrative speech. And I said, okay, so this is how you make deviled eggs, yada, 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 and so forth and so on.
And so, deviled eggs was my favorite, Joe.
It was your favorite?
It was my favorite. It's either that or the white pants. But I think it was the deviled eggs. The deviled eggs was my favorite. And so she got up there, man, and something about Chantel, I just really liked her voice, and so she did her thing with the speech, demonstrating, the eggs, the cutting, the deviling, you know what I'm saying? And so it was good. So anyway, part of the speech was she had to walk around the class and serve the entree to the class or whatever. And so here she comes. I'm watching her. She's coming to the back of the room where we are, the seniors and the rest of the debate team. And she's walking up, and what happened?
And so I'm like, hey, do you want any deviled eggs?
And what I said?
Yes.
I sure did.
Was that our first real time talking?
I think it was. I think it was our first time communicating. Everything else was just kind of smiles and just like, batting of eyelids, a little flirtation. And so when she, asked me, I was like, yeah, but it didn't stop there. So I took the deviled eggs and she went back to her seat. You know what I'm saying? And I said, man, all right. I said, I'm going to just have to go talk with her. I said, she's pretty, man. I like her voice. She did an excellent job at the speech, and the deviled eggs were good. All right. And so I walked up to the desk and I kind of bent down, and I was like, I said, you want my number? That's how I did that. I said, you want my number? And what you said?
I said, yes. That was a big deal because keep in mind, he's a senior and I'm a freshman on campus.
Was I just any kind of senior?
No, he was like a big timer on campus. And so, because by then, I had already got the scoop on him. So you know how like you get the scoop, so I'd already gotten the scoop on him. And so he was a big timer, and here I am, this newbie coming on campus. And so whenever he asked, I was like, yeah, I want your number. Period. Green eyes. I had liked him, y'all. So yes, I was happy.
And I had equally liked her. And it threw, there was a curveball thrown because, so she got the number, y'all. And, I'm leaving campus. I'm driving home. Yeah, that's right.
He had a car.
I'm driving home, so I'm driving home and I'm thinking like, look, as soon as she get off the bus or as soon as she gets home.
I was riding the bus.
She's going to ring my phone, we'll talk for a little while. And it was just, I was a little cocky. So anyway, I get home, no call, I'm like, wow. You know what I'm saying? Evening come, no call. All right. And I think you went for a few days. How long did you wait before you called me?
I can't remember the exact amount of days, but I think this happened like a Monday or Tuesday, and I waited till the weekend.
Yeah, and so I'm getting home, and I'm like asking my sisters, did I get a call? Did I get a call? They was like, yeah, such and such call, this call. I said, yeah, but did Chantel call, And no call, And y'all, she was playing me. She was playing an old school game on a new school brother.
But I didn't do it like with, I did have some forethought about it, but I just, my mama said, and that sounds funny. My mama said, you don't really, you got to let them wait a little while. You got to let them kind of, you can't be so forward. And so whenever he gave the number, I'm like, I'm not calling him today because,
You wanted to call me today?
I did. I did. Every day I wanted to call, but I was like, I'm going to wait. And, thank you, Lord. I'm happy about the self-control. Mm-hmm. But I did want to call you, but I didn't call you. I was so happy about that. Thank you, Lord. But so I waited till the weekend to call him. I think it was a weekend because we didn't have any time parameters because of school. And so I waited till like this Saturday to call him. And I said, okay, I'm going to call him right now. So I got the little paper out. It was back in the day. So I got the little paper out and I dialed your number. Yeah. And I think somebody answered the phone. And I was like, hey, I said, can I speak with Omar? I think it was your sister Tara.
Oh, God.
Maybe Droopy, but I'm not sure. But anyways, and so you came on the phone.
Yeah, and the thing was that I was right about to leave. I was rolling out. My boys was waiting on me. I was going hang with my boys.
It was Saturday.
Yeah, and so I'm like getting my stuff together to walk out the door. And look, it's a time of no cell phones, y'all. So it's not like I'm pulling it off my hip. No, this is a landline, all right?
It was in 93.
And so you missed the call, you missed the call. So I'm leaving out and I hear the phone ring and I hear, it could be for me and I'm already waiting. And so I decided to just stay, because I could have been like, well, just tell them I'm calling back. So when I heard, I decided to stay and we started talking, y'all. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And I just want to say that when we started talking, we wound up staying on the phone for like about an hour at the least.
Yeah.
And so we started talking. I wound up forgetting about going with my boys. I don't even know if I made it. But and she was a freshman, but the conversation just kept going, like she had something to talk about, and she already got this little radio counselor voice, you know what I'm saying? And so she talking and I'm like, I'm digging it. It's like, man, it's a good vibe. And so we wound up just talking for that hour and a half or whatever like that. And man, it was on after that, man. So what you think about it?
So we talked and I was just like, he did. I remember calling him and he was like, yeah, I was about to walk out. And I didn't say, well, we just kind of started talking. And I can't really remember what we talked about, but I do remember that we spoke for like a long time, hour and a half, maybe even longer. And after that, we just kind of started conversating on the phone, but it wasn't anything official, kind of like getting to know. And we started talking on the phone like long hours.
Yeah, and it kind of caught me by surprise, because being a senior, I was into having friends. You know what I'm saying? And
you wouldn't say anything more than that.
No, I was into having friends. She was pretty. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yeah, she's gonna be one of my friends and stuff. And so. And it was and that's just the way it was, because my boy was like, yeah, man, that new freshman. I said, yeah, that's one of my friends, And so I wasn't saved, y'all. I would, and so, but man, we kept talking. And it was like, man, I really like her. You know what I'm saying? And so I really slowed down talking to other friends and began to kind of like exclusively talk to Chantel, which began to cause some trouble on campus. And we're not going to bring up names or nothing like that, but Chantel kind of went through a tough time with the other senior girls. Yeah, so they wanted some. It was
bullying me.
They wanted some trouble. Mm-hmm. They wanted some trouble.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, but she waded through all of that, with class, and So I think
I didn't know them.
Yeah, and they just would just roll
Their eyes
you
at me and just
like,
kind of be a little.
and then talk bad about me. I think a few
Yeah,
of
like
them
don't date him because he's something and he's this and he's that. They would pull me over and say don't talk to him because he's he did all kinds of stuff.
Man. All right, so we're gonna skip that part, and so like I think that when it began to get serious was like October.
October, yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
because we went to like a dance together.
Homecoming.
Yeah, we went to homecoming together.
We may try to put that picture in the video.
You want to put the picture?
Let's put the picture. We're gonna try to find the picture and put the picture.
Excuse my shirt, y'all.
My hairstyle.
So yeah, so that's us, going to homecoming, and I think after that we officially began to like date. We were a thing, and so like I said, I was a senior, she was a freshman, and we did date. Now we had some obstacles.
Yeah.
Besides like some of the senior girls or whatever like that. Your mom was on campus with us.
She was. She just called me too, but yes, she was.
She worked at the school, and so she was like making sure we got to class and stuff like
All of
that. And but besides that, me and your family got along pretty good.
My daddy liked you. Everybody. It was good. My aunts, because you would come visit me to my grandmother's house. Back in the day, we used to kind of do more of a sit down thing. And so he would come and visit me to my grandmother's house in the afternoon.
My man house.
And so you would just kind of come and sit over there.
Yeah.
And everybody kind of liked you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they really accepted me like as part of the family. My man used to call me Walmart. She couldn't pronounce my name, Omar, so she would say, Walmart, Walmart. You know what I'm saying? I answered to her, because she used to bully me. And
He was a bully.
but we had a good time, and we began to grow. Now, we talked for 2 years. We dated for 2 years. And, for all practical purposes, being young, we really had loved each other. You know what I'm saying? I know I can speak for myself. I was in love. And, man, people would tell us the craziest things, but like my siblings used to call us like Romeo and Juliet. And I think one of your aunts had
My
said
aunt said,
something.
ooh, y'all met too young. Y'all should have met a little later. Y'all just met too early.
Yeah, because they were kind of like saying that it wouldn't last, And so before we broke up, I bought her like this Babyface album, and one of Babyface songs, "And Our Feelings," was all about they say we would never last, and so that was like our theme song, But lo and behold, just like they said, we wound up breaking up.
And you bought me a promise ring.
Oh, that was
all
serious.
of that. Yeah, we did gifts and all of
I
that.
bought you all kind of rings.
All kind of rings. Yes.
Gold nugget rings.
You
All
remember
kind of
that?
stuff. Yes, it was out and popping.
Thank you, Lord. Yeah.
Oh yeah. But anything else about the relationship before we get to the breakup?
No, it was just a regular 2-year relationship. Talked on the phone, and then at the end of the 2 years, you were graduating. Well, you had already graduated, and I was going into my 11th grade year, and so we were growing and changing, and so I think people were right that we met too early.
Yeah.
But I think it was God, looking back.
It was God.
But people were saying that y'all met too early. And so at the 2-year period, you had already graduated high school. So now he's on the college campus. And I'm still in high school.
My God. So, so the breakup. All right. So from my perspective, why did we break up? Well, when I got to college, it was a different world. Just like the movie, it's a different world. You know what I'm saying? From where you come from. So everything was different, man. It was like people from everywhere. You had the fraternities, the sororities, which I wound up pledging fraternity up in there. Cap Alpha Psi, Spring 96, Theta Nu.
Oh God!
All right. So
represent.
Yeah. So I wound up pledging, and it was a lot going on, and we began to kind of grow apart, and so that was from my perspective. So I was kind of doing the college thing, and just kind of just wandering a little bit. What about from your perspective?
From my perspective was, we were just, I think it was. in my mind back then, because I want to think about it in retrospect, but in my mind back then, I wanted to have fun. And I wanted to kind of move around a little bit.
You want to move around?
Well,
you want to move around a little bit.
I just wanted to move around a little bit. I had just got on campus, and I was, I'm gonna kind of becoming an upperclassman, and so I wanted to kind of,
She was getting popular, y'all.
I just want,
I'm talking about cheerleading, class president,
student council president.
So she's doing a lot.
So I kind of wanted to, fly a little bit,
stretch your legs.
And so we began to have little arguments. Just I don't even remember about what, but just little bickering, and so we just talked about breaking up.
Yeah.
We were just like,
You left me.
I did not leave it, but it was a mutual thing. I think.
That's what you call it.
Omar.
All right, it was. I was.
But you was wanting to do your thing too. He wanted to do his thing. So anyway, so we broke up, and so we broke up for a 2-year period, and so yeah, you wanna say anything?
Nope.
So
all right.
Go ahead.
You want me to say something? Okay, so in the 2-year period, like I said, I'm on campus and stuff like that, doing
fraternity,
my thing. Wound up getting into like a bad relationship.
I'm into a bad relationship.
Bad.
Not me, y'all. Not me.
Bad. And so, when you're with somebody you're not supposed to be with, your quality of life depreciates. It kind of goes down.
Ooh.
And so I began to kind of life began to kind of have some real major hiccups, not doing well in school, man, just all kind of stuff, man. Just, being around the wrong people, doing the wrong things. So life began to kind of go down. And so, that was my 2-year experience. And bad relationship, life going down. And so this is without Chantel. So what about you in the 2 years?
In my 2-year period, mine was fun, y'all. Because this was my first time. And believe it or not, whenever we broke up, my mama kind of allowed me to do more things because she didn't have to watch me and Omar so much. And so it was like, wow, I'm free at last. And so, me and my girls.
Free at last?
That's from my mama's point of view. From my mama's point of view.
Okay,
not my point of view. But so me and my friends, there's 3 others. You know who you are. But anyways, but
that's our girl.
But
her road dog. Her day ones.
So anyway, so we went outside and we had fun, So yeah, so anyway, so I graduated. I'm just gonna say we had fun.
That's all you gotta say.
We had fun.
I don't want to talk about it.
Okay, period. So I graduated, went to UL. It was majoring in psychology. Moved on campus first year, and so yeah, I'm sitting in my dorms. Now, keep in mind, during the whole 2-year period, we chatted throughout the period.
Yeah, we communicated. We stayed in communication. We stayed in communication. So I always had her number, and so what happened was, I'm in a low place, man. And so one of my boys, man, my dude, you know who you are. And I'm in my apartment, man. And I'm like, man, it's like, I don't like what I'm going through. I don't like where I'm at.
It was so stressed.
Yeah, it was just bad, man. Like, and I'm still in school. I'm in political science, like a type of pre-law type of a deal. And so my dude, he just asked me this wonderful question. He said, man, were you going through all of this when you were dating Chantel? Wow. And it was like an epiphany. And I was like,
Thank you, Lord.
I was like, no, because one of the ways that you can tell when you're with your soulmate is that life goes up.
Wow.
It doesn't go down. And so we were having like some good times. We weren't saved or like serving the Lord or nothing like that, but life was just good, And so when he hit me with that, I said, man.
Well, when you went to college, you got a full paid scholarship for college, all of that good stuff.
When I was with you.
Praise God.
So man, he said, yeah, he said, you wasn't going through all this. I said, no, man. I said, look, let me call her up. So I called her that same day and I was like, what you doing? What you doing?
Nothing.
Can I come pick you up?
Yes. Same thing like the deviled eggs, y'all.
Yeah, it's just like direct. So I just was like, man, can I come pick you up? So I rode through, you know. I think I had a Cutlass at that time.
You had a gold Cutlass.
On some Trues and Vogues. Yeah, so we rolled, banging, boom, 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 boom. So we rolling. So I pick up from the dorms, and we just had a good time, just like talking and just.
You were telling me some stuff that you were going through. I was kind of counseling you.
And you know what? That might have been what it was.
No, I'm just picking y'all.
You know, she was like my shrink, even back then. You know, just like, you know, and so anyway, so we kind of talked, man, and now there was a catch, you know, because she was like in a relationship or something. I don't know. You know, I think that's what it was.
I was kind of friends with somebody. And so, you know, that wasn't nothing. Oh, I probably, but it was, you know. But yeah.
Well, we were soulmates.
Yeah. So anything besides this was nothing.
Yeah, man. And so we got back together, you know, and guess what, man? Life began to go kind of up. You know, it was good. You know, I wasn't with somebody who was trying to, like, you know, weigh me down, kind of. You know, it was like
fussing and
wait. You know, it was like teamwork, man. Like, it was like, you know, we digging tunnels together. We coming up out the mud together. You heard me? Mm-hmm. You know, and so yeah, and so we had to do that, and we went through some trouble on that campus too.
Yeah, just wasn't that one girl.
And so we did that.
I'm always the freshman, and the older people sometimes, you know, they bully me. They bully me.
I don't think she.
And I'm just so nice.
Oh, please. She did well with it, y'all.
Both times.
Oh yeah, she did well.
Both times.
She held her own.
I just don't say anything.
Sure. So anyway, back to the truth. So we go through that, and we back at UL together, just like we was at Northside together. And you know, I'm entering like junior, kind of senior year, you're freshman. And we began to take classes together and stuff, because I got like electives that I can just burn off. And we took, one of our classes was like a acting class.
An acting class.
Kind of like speech and debate.
That was crazy.
So
and I had an elective to take, so.
Yeah, so we took an acting class together.
Played parts together like that movie.
You remember the name of the movie we played on stage?
Barefoot in the Park.
Yeah, I was Robert Redford.
And I don't remember, I'm going to have to look up the lady.
You don't remember the lady?
No, I'm going to look it up.
You remember any of your lines?
No.
Me neither. But, so we acted together and stuff, man. And it was cool, man. It was good. Mm-hmm. You looking it up right now?
I am looking it up right now, the cast. Let me see.
Robert Redford, that's all I know.
That's all you know?
Mm-hmm.
It was Jane Fonda.
Mm-hmm.
Robert Redford and Jane Fonda.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, so we played those parts. And that was fun. And, you know, everything was going good. We were probably close to another a year being together in an exclusive relationship. So, yeah.
And what happened? I'm about to graduate again.
Same thing.
And got accepted into law school. And so I'm moving to Baton Rouge now and going to law school. And we at the same precipice again, the same place where, you know, I'm heading to a different world and she's going to be remaining, you know, at the school she at. And, you know, and we was going to have to cross that bridge again and see if we could make it this time, you know, and something changed that helped us make it. It was an X factor that came up and it changed us, and is the reason that we here today. Yeah, you know, and you got something to say about anything, or we gonna just pick that up next video, or how you want to do that?
Let's pick that up next video. Let's pick that up next video.
Cliffhanger.
Yeah, we're gonna just leave you guys kind of hanging a little bit.
Yeah, next video we can pick up.
Next time we do a little mukbang. Yes.
In law school, and how we did with that next transition.
Yes.
Of not just being a part in different schools, but being a part in different schools in different cities.
Yeah.
And I'm at SU. SSSSSSU. Yeah, it's gonna be on, y'all. So y'all can check out the next video.
Yeah. Don't forget to like, comment, and definitely subscribe and turn on that notification bell so that you guys can know every time we put a post together. All right.
Shalom.
Bye.